Hello, it's Miss Delore. I hope you're having a safe time at home. I'm going to go over the language for week 28 and how to do it. Of course, the answers will be on your own. Now, as always, when it comes to the language papers, I'm going to refer to the day and box 1, 2, 3, or 4 as we are going over the language if you have your papers with you. And you can find those on the website that I created. You can either download them onto your computer or you can print them out. Either way is fine. I personally would suggest downloading it and typing in answers in the downloaded form. It'll be a lot easier to get to me since we do not know how long this will be. So week 28, day 1, box 1. Declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. Keep both hands on the steering wheel while you're driving. Now remember, interrogative are questions, like a police will interrogate a prisoner. He will ask them questions. So first you check to see, is it a question? Then you look at your exclamatory. Is it an exclamation? Is it an exciting sentence, usually followed with an exclamation point? Then you have your declarative and your imperative left. Imperative are commands. You're commanding them to do something like open your book, watch this video. Then we have our declarative, which are your normal everyday sentences. If you go in that order, it's much easier to discover which kind of sentence it is. Day 1, box 2. Make the following singular nouns plural. Mongoose. Okay, just a little hint. If you're not sure of the plural of a word, either look it up in a dictionary or go online. They're both useful tools to figuring out the plurals. Day 1, box 3. Circle the misplaced modifier and draw an arrow to where it should be located. You are welcome to visit the cemetery where famous Russians are buried daily, except on Thursdays. Okay, think of the words, what modifies what. In other words, what is describing the different parts of it. I will tell you that this one is a little bit more difficult than the ones we have had before. But think about, you are welcome to visit the cemetery where famous Russians are buried daily, except on Thursdays. Kind of read each part. See, does it make sense this way? Kind of read it in a different tone. It sometimes helps. Day 1, box 4. Circle the word with the more positive connotation. Remember, denotation is the dictionary definition of a word. Connotation is the emotion or how you care about something. Denotation, definition, connotation, care. So which one is more positive, a nicer way of putting it? Egotistical, proud. Now, here's a hint. If you look both of these words up, they're going to have the same definition or close to it because they both have the same denotation, definition. But which one gives a more positive vibe or connotation? Day 2, box 1. Fragment, run-on, or sentence. I want to learn Korean. Trudy wants to learn Turkish. Okay. Fragment is when it is not a complete sentence. Run-on is when you should have had a period somewhere where you've completely forgotten it. It just went on and on. You should have had a period in there. And then a sentence is, of course, a sentence. It has noun, verb, complete thought. So I'm going to read it again. Remember, when it comes to fragments, it's going to be like, what? Maybe I'm missing a subject. Maybe I'm missing a predicate. When it comes to run-ons, 2 sentences in 1 or 3 sometimes, and we do pause naturally where we need periods. I want to learn Korean. Trudy wants to learn Turkish. So read it aloud. It helps. Day 2, box 2. Add punctuation to make this sentence correct. Belize, formerly British Honduras, is in Central America. Notice the 3. 3 means that there are 3 punctuation marks that need to be included in this sentence. Also, some of you do this automatically. You automatically put periods. Oh, it's got to have a period at the end. Remember, some sentences are questions, sentences are exclamations, some sentences are periods. But always keep that in mind. Don't just automatically assume it's a period. What is the meaning of the underlined word? Day 2, box 3. Mount Everest is the utmost height you can climb. Always try to figure out what it means using the context clues first before you run to that dictionary. So Mount Everest, think about what Mount Everest is the utmost height you can climb. Think about that connotation with Mount Everest right there. If you really can't figure it out after that, then yes, use a dictionary or an online tool. Day 2, box 4. Find the word that is misspelled and spell it correctly. I am sorry about the mispronunciation of your name. Here's a helpful hint. Take out the ones that you definitely know are spelled correctly, and then use your dictionary or online tools to look up the ones that you're not sure of. Day 3, box 1. Write a synonym and antonym for the following word. Popular. Okay, here's a big part. Do not, for the antonym, put not popular. Okay? No. I want a word that is an antonym, but you're not just putting the word not in front of it. All right? Some of you have that bad habit, and you're like, well, why did I miss that? Okay? Once again, dictionaries. Actually, this is where a thesaurus, if you have a thesaurus, could be helpful. If you don't have a thesaurus and you have the internet, you could type in thesaurus and it will pop up with an online thesaurus for you. But remember, you need to have both a synonym, which means the same, or an antonym, which means the opposite. I'm gonna say it again, just because I know somebody's probably like, I'll just put not. No. Don't just put not popular as your antonym. Day 3, box 2. Circle the correct homophone. Are you sure? They're coming. Okay, the 3 theirs. Always start with your THEY apostrophe RE because it can separate out into they are. All right, for instance, they're happy to see me. They are happy to see me. Okay, that works. That's THEY apostrophe RE. Then, if that doesn't work, try the THEIR. That is their dog. Are they owning the dog? Yes. Okay, THEIR. Then if it doesn't work with the THEY apostrophe RE and the THEIR, then usually, most often it will be the THERE, which is a direction. Day 3, box 3. Complete the analogy. Banana is to yellow as orange is to... Remember, you look at the first 2 pair of words, banana and yellow. How are they connected? All right? Then you use the last word and you use the same connection to come up with the answer. So banana is to yellow as orange is to... Day 3, box 4. Menacing sounds of mashing metal machines emanated from the mines. Now, this is the number 1 question that most people get wrong with the majority of the time. The figures of speech with alliteration. Alliteration is when you have the same sound at the beginning several times, such as Sally sells seashells. Onomatopoeia, remember, it sounds weird because it's sound words like boom, crash, zoom. Similes. Similes are when you are comparing 2 like things using like, as, or than. Metaphor is when you're comparing 2 unlike things without using like, as, or than. For example, I am as hungry as a bear is a simile. I am a bear before I get my lunch is a metaphor. Irony is when you expect one thing and kind of get the opposite. For example, a police officer gets pulled over for speeding. Personification, when you give something not human, human-like qualities. For instance, the stars winked at me. That was a terrible wink. And then hyperbole is when you're exaggerating. I could have eaten 17 pizzas last night. I had a hard time with 2 slices, but there you go. So I will give you a hint with this one. It's actually possible to have two different answers for this one because it uses two different figures of speech here. Figurative language, sorry. Day 4, box 1. Circle the adjectives. 2. Notice that 2. Some of you have been circling only one thing and then you're like, well, why did I get it wrong? If it has a number beside of it, that means that shows how many there are of each. So there will be 2 adjectives in this question. The action movie was violent. Remember, adjectives describe nouns. Day 4, box 2. I have never seen such disrespect. Remember, there will be 2. It has the number 2. So there will be 2 adverbs. Also, remember, adverbs tell how or when. How did he run? Slowly, quickly. When did he run? Later, next. Day 4, box 3. Mr. Davis and he, him, work in the library. Circle the correct pronoun. Okay, try it out. Try it out the sentence with both parts. Mr. Davis and he work in the library. Mr. Davis and him work in the library. And remember, when I told you that there was an and part before it, take it out. He works in the library, him works in the library. It makes it a lot easier to figure out, so try that out. Day 4, box 4. Okay, is it a noun, verb, adjective, adverb, or pronoun? I will cook you your favorite meal. Cook is one of those crazy words that can be used in a lot of different ways depending on the sentence. Like the word fly. Fly can be a noun. A little insect. The fly flew around. Okay, it can be a verb. The bird will fly. It can be an adjective. You're looking pretty fly right there. Okay, so don't just automatically say, oh, I know what a cook is, and decide what it is. See how it's used in the sentence. All right, that is it for the language this week. I hope you have no troubles, but if you do, don't forget to email me. I'm willing to help.